When Icky fell into the volcano, I was out digging for flame petals with Rig. So, where'd you fly from?
Well, I came from above. A long time I fell, as long as a lifetime it seemed, from pure sunlight into a dull reddish glow, and there was nothing I could do about it. I saw mountains and rocks lit in dull red, and as I plummeted ever downward, I began to feel a slow, relentless heat building. I remember a flash of light, and then falling, and then hitting something on the head, and lots of blue light. And then waking up here.
That kid knew how to make an entrance.
In 2014, speculative fiction author Gregory A. Wilson and Silence in the Library Publishing teamed up to run a Kickstarter supporting the publication of a new graphic novel, Icarus, the story of a young man with wings who falls into the heart of a dormant volcano and the creatures he meets there. Icarus has great powers, but remembers only his name, and accompanied by Jellinek, a flame petal prospector, and Rig, a two-tailed lava-resistant creature known as a solar, the winged outsider must set out to discover his identity and purpose. 2 years later, Icarus was released to the world. But this was only the beginning of the story, and now the tale continues. Independent publisher Athis Arts is pleased to announce its Kickstarter to support the publication of the sequel to Icarus, Jellinek, a full-color graphic novel which is the next part of this epic tale. New friends and enemies will be discovered, new threats and challenges to the heroes exposed, and secrets both new and old revealed as the question is answered. What is Icarus's destiny, and the destiny of the world to which he has come? Accompanying Gregory Wilson's emotionally resonant story is the extraordinary art of Attila Fabio, who has worked for IDW and other prominent comic publishers. In addition to the work for Jellinek, Attila will be redoing the entirety of the original Icarus art, along with an updated cover. Stretch goals, like original artwork, access to the original prose novel, and audio material will be added over time. In its first incarnation, Icarus was fortunate to gain the attention and support of over 400 backers, whose generosity allowed the book to see full publication. Those backers will have several rewards in this project tailored specifically for them to acknowledge their critical role in first helping bring this world to life. We also welcome the backers from Gregory Wilson's other previous projects, including Tales and Tomes from the Forbidden Library, Emberwind, and others, plus the backers from Silence in the Library and Athis Arts' previous projects. But whether new to their work or a previous supporter, the author, artist, and Athis Arts are all enormously grateful for your support of Jellinek. Much of the artwork for this project is already completed, and lettering and layout has already begun. But to truly realize the vision of this story, one final component remains: you. In 2016, Icarus asked a fundamental question. What is our purpose, and what will we do to discover it? In 2019, Jellinek will provide the answer. Join us in that journey by looking at the pledge levels, supporting the project, and spreading the word. And thank you. Together, we will draw from Icarus's past and learn about his future.
That's what I'm talking about. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Arvanauts, to a Tuesday stream. It is June 11th, 2019, in the year of our Lord, Anno Domini, etc., etc. And we are here with something which is personally very exciting to me, and that is this. The official launch of the Icarus / Jellinek graphic novel Kickstarter being published by Athos Arts, and I am very happy to be able to perhaps have them speak to us a little bit more about this in just a minute. But before I introduce my guests for today and talk a little bit about what we're going to be doing on stream, just a couple of reminders about ways to support the stream. If you have not done so already, please make sure to follow the channel. That is always a good thing you can do. If you haven't done so already, please make sure to check out the YouTube channel, !ArvTube, where you will find this and other streams archived there. !ArvCord will get you over to my Discord channel where you can hang out with the Arvanauts in between streams. Definitely make sure to check out the website as well, arvanelleron.com, for more details about that, and !Arv tweets. And let me please ask for people who are spreading the word, and I am so appreciative if you are, please retweet this stream with !tweet. Please type that in and then go retweet it. Please send it to Facebook, send it to Twitter. The thing that we need more than anything else, besides your own individual, lovely, wonderful support, is spreading the word so that other people know about this as well. So please spread the word as much as you can. Please, please, please. Thank you, with sugar on top. I would really appreciate it. It'll make a big difference here. As far as the financial ways to support the channel, !Arv shop, my merchandise area. I was hoping to talk more about the Adventures of Middle-earth merchandise today, but we've had a little bit of a switch up in schedule, which I will talk about in just a minute. That means that we won't be focusing as much on that today, but we are going to be focusing on it soon. You can check out new merchandise both from Infinity and Beyond and from Adventures of Middle-earth over on my shop. !Arv is my Patreon. You can see that we have had a new supporter. So we are now over 350. We're at 357.96, which is awesome. Thank you so much for that. You can get cool stuff for yourself and for the channel. And obviously that is the financial backbone of the channel, and it helps to be able to pay for awesome videos like the ones that you just saw. So please support if you're able to do so. And last, of course, the sub button right above that video window, which is really important too. We are sitting right at about 60 subs right now. Our record is 71 subs, so we're trying to reach and surpass that. So if you're able to jump on board with a sub, that is appreciated, of course. But the most important thing that we're doing today is relating to this launch of the Kickstarter for Jellinek. Quick programming note, I will be streaming over at GOG at 4 p.m. as usual with Pen and Pixels. I'll be doing Pathfinder Kingmaker. We will not, however, be doing Adventures in Middle-earth today. We were going to be doing that, but one of our players had a dental emergency, and so had to go address it, and there's nothing you can do about it. Having, faced a dental emergency with my children, I know very well what this is like. So this is not something that anyone could do anything about, and so they are very sorry and apologetic and all that kind of good stuff. They will be back with us in all likelihood next week. So we are going to reschedule Adventures of Middle-earth for next week, and of course the following week, which is when we were going to do it anyway. So we will do that, which means probably today we will end up doing the Patreon supported game of the month. We'll just stop the vote a little bit early. So we will roll with the punches, and that's okay, I think, because today we have something very exciting going on, which I am happy to be able to reveal. And so I'm going to turn off the intro scroll, and I'm going to turn off for a moment the Jellinek cover, and I am going to I was about to say turn on myself, which isn't exactly what I meant. What's going on, everybody? Welcome. It is a pleasure to see you all. I am your humble host, and I am looking forward very much to our stream today. It's the culmination of many months of work, and actually many years of work. It's been a long and winding road. The culmination of that road and the beginning of a very important road, which is the one to come as we begin our Kickstarter launch. And I'm happy to say that I am joined by two wonderful individuals who are helping make this possible, and in fact are foundational to making it possible. And so I have unmuted myself, and now I'm going to unmute them. And last but certainly not least, I'm going to bring them onto the stream, and it is my great pleasure to welcome... Aha! It is my great pleasure to welcome. You see them now in person. So in case you wondered if Ballsteg actually existed in some like legitimate, honest form, or whether this is just, no, it's true. This actually exists. And I don't know if I should call out, Emily, your Twitch name, but you're also.
I love the way you pronounce it, actually. So you should say it.
Okay. So is it? Well, no, but now is it garlic tofu? Is it
Yes.
Okay.
It is now.
How should I pronounce it? But what would it be?
Just like that.
Really? Is it like
Yes.
garlic tofu, or is it like some other way?
Yours has an elegance that we're just going to keep on with.
Okay, good.
Sounds
All right,
better
well,
than
garlic
tofu.
But this is actually, of course, in real life, this is Christopher and Emily Bell, who are the founders and the runners of Athos Arts Press. So first of all, welcome. Secondly, public thank you for being so wonderful to work with in this. And I want to ask, just before we'll launch here in about 2-3 minutes, just tell me a little bit about A, Athos, and then B, why this project? Like, why did you want to get involved in this in the first place?
So first, hi, everyone. It's been a lot of fun being on Greg's Twitch channel and joining in his ball stag. This is when I first got on that first time, I said it was my first Twitch ever. I was not making that up. It really was.
Now, by the way, the image is destroyed. Like if they assumed that you were either Arnold Schwarzenegger or that you were a 2'3" goblin, both of those are destroyed. Like now, this is canon now. So
World of Warcraft dwarf.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Used with the random name generator.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
Well, there's a reason that arts is in our company name, because I think, one thing that we always come back to is the idea of artistic fiction and artistic projects. So that's one, that's one reason that this project really resonates with us, is because it's just artistic all around. The prose is beautiful. The art, as everyone watching is going to see, is absolutely beautiful. It's stunning. The overall composition, everything coming together in a really artistic way. And that's something that's very close to our hearts. So I think it's a really good match there. This is actually our first graphic novel project. Our projects, if you see online, are prose. We have novels and novellas and series, and this is we had seen the original book a while back and just thought it was lovely, and having the opportunity to continue that and to see that grow is something that was really exciting to both of us.
Yeah, and what's going to be a real fun story that we'll put out in a Kickstarter update is how this project came to be, because there's a lot of backstory of,
there is.
of actually Athos Arts, and we might not be here today if it weren't for Silence in the Library Publishing and the publisher of the original Icarus and that project. And that's also how we met Greg, essentially. But we, when we were first starting out, we got a big boost from something that Silence in the Library did on a Kickstarter. And it's just kind of, it's gratifying and humbling that we're able to now, kind of take the ball with this project and see it move forward.
Yeah. And I did have a chance to actually, I think we started talking about this as a possibility during the authors party at last year's Gen Con. The Gen Con Writers Symposium, I think, is where I ended up giving a copy, I think, to you, Emily, of the Icarus graphic novel, and you had given me a copy of one of your books, and then we started chatting, and Chris and I had been chatting already because Chris had been the moderator of a panel I was on with myself and Jason Sizemore and Kat Rambo, I think, and maybe Max Gladstone, I don't know, but we were talking about some stuff. And yeah, that's how this happened, which, by the way, in case anybody, just so you know, like Gen Con is mostly just author glamour parties. Like that's basically all it is. Like there's the game playing thing that you think is what's going on. No, it's really just a lot of the champagne room and a lot of velvet seat. It's very dramatic and glamour. No, this is not true.
And beer definitely helps grease those conversations.
Yes, exactly. We waited until there was a lot of beer flowing, and then I'm like, hey, how about this? Sure, sounds good.
Specifically, Steve Drew bought me a martini, and the martini decided to give Greg a copy of my book. And
there you go. Steve Drew is good people. See, Steve Drew is good people. I should have known Steve was involved. No, but in all seriousness, I really, I very much enjoyed first having had a chance to actually hear Chris's thoughts and thoughtful questions about things, and then reading up on both Chris and Chris's stuff with Athos and his work that he did with Athos, and then Emily, your work and your writing. And I thought this seems like it's a good connection on a lot of levels. So I'm very grateful to both of you for doing this. I'm glad that we're all working together. And we do really have a great team assembled beyond just the three of us. The voices that you heard in that video, first of all, the voice, I should say, the things you saw and heard in that video. Kilobyte, who I don't think is here yet, but will be shortly, was Scott Grieg, was the person responsible for putting together the video and did an incredible job with that. Chris did a number of tweaks and adjustments expertly as well. Obviously the voice is Trendane, who is in chat right now, and what do I need to say? I mean, I think I spend pretty much every week talking about how amazing Trendane is. So I'll just reiterate that and say, please refer to my previous comments about how awesome he is. Again, he did a tremendous job in the voiceover. And then the music is brought to you by Chrono Wolf Live, otherwise known as Matt Van Vroon. Matt, as usual, did an amazing job in this too. So that's sort of the video stuff. And then the art with Achala Fabia, which we'll talk more about in a bit, is amazing. Satobo, who of course people know here, who did the lettering and layout for the original Icarus project. Chris is back again with us. We're very lucky to have him. So there's just a lot of really good people that have been assembled around this project, and I'm nothing. You say nothing, sir. Yes, exactly, Trent. But there's a lot of really good people involved with it. So I guess if there's any other comments you want to make at the moment, you can do so. Otherwise, I think we can, fire this up. I mean,
Are we ready to launch?
Make this happen. I think.
Oh,
I
man.
think we're good to
All
go. It's right around 12:14. About the time has come, I think.
All right.
Chad, I hope you were ready. There we go.
No, all we have to say is that we're just really excited about this project on all the levels that we talked about previously. Just the story, the artistic nature, the beautiful team that's put together. I think it's gonna be a great project, and thanks for joining us today. And I hope you will spread the word about it, and you'll be as excited about it as we are.
Amen to that. Yep.
We are live.
All right. So let us fire up the.
Trying to clap in.
I know.
I know. Woo! Where's my hypes at in chat? Where my hypes at? Okay. So as I pull up the I have to go find the link again because I undid the link when I was putting everything ready for the stream. So I shall. Just give me a second.
Where do we see the link?
There we go. That's more. Okay. Catalog. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this up on
Put a
screen.
-0.
Okay. Icarus. There we go. Okay. So, I went the wrong direction. All right. So because I'm in my dashboard, which I don't want. Okay. Wow. And immediately we got a pledge. Okay.
We have a backer.
Yay.
So we have a backer already. Okay. So tell me the link again, Chris, because I'm in the wrong space. So the redirect link. So it's athisarts.com/Kickstarter. Is that right?
It is, but I'm going to have to run back to my desk in a quick second and change that.
Okay.
If you go to that now, it will go to the Athis Arts Kickstarter profile, and then you'll see the link right there.
Okay. All right. So let's do that. And we just got another backer.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
So one thing I'll tell a little bit of the technical details about Kickstarter is to try to get the right link, you give it a short name, and then once you launch, you rename it. So we're going to rename Icarus. It'll be Icarus and Jellinek. But it turns out we were hoping to get the short URL that has just Icarus in it, and it appears that Florida Tech back in the day had a Project Icarus. So if you happen to come across that, that's not us.
I see. Okay. That's fine. Okay. So I now just put this thing up. I'm very excited because we are already at $160 with 2 backers already. That is pretty damn good work for 2 minutes. So let me fire up my window capture here. Okay. And just bear with me for just a sec. Actually, you know what? Before I start revealing things to people that I don't want to, I'm going to put this into studio mode so that all of you can find out about this at a later time. Okay. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. And let's window capture that. Lovely. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put that up, and then we will scroll through it as we go through this. So okay, lovely. And there we are. Okay, so what you folks see is the page for the Icarus Jellinek Kickstarter. And by the way, let me just say to begin with, I've given Chris a pop on this several times, and I will do it again. That graphic is awesome. And in case you're like, wow, I don't remember seeing that graphic in any previous, there may be a reason for that, and perhaps you will learn more about the full nature of that top left part of the graphic in a little bit. But so, Chris, I guess while we're going through this, first of all, thank you to the two backers that have supported us so far. And thank you as well, Ardinell, for working on that while we're doing this. So maybe take us through, Chris and Emily, the page, and I will comment as necessary as we do this. And I'm going to put you folks up front, and I'm going to let myself vanish. So let me move this up here, and then you can talk a little bit about this as we go.
Sure. First thing I'll say is that graphic, as great as it looks, it's not because of me. It's because of Achala, the artist. It's real easy to frame such amazing artwork that he did. So first thing I'll say, and then I'll let Emily comment in. But the fact that this is not only a new project for us, but it's a rebirth of a project that already happened. We wanted to make sure that we recognized all the contributions of the original Icarus backers, and at the same time have anybody that's new to the project, new readers coming in, have them feel like this is a complete new project for them as well. So you'll see in these rewards, the base reward for a new reader coming in is getting both Icarus and Jellinek. It's one item together. You get the full product of both of these stories. But for the original backers, we want to make sure that we recognize them as well. And there's a couple of reward levels that all start with Return to Vol that recognize them as instrumental in the birth of Icarus, the project originally, and allows them to pledge for the Jellinek book, and then they will still get the Icarus redrawn by Achala. And we wanted to make sure that was very important, but at the same time, have the new readers coming in, have them feel like they're getting to start in at the very beginning of a new project.
And as you can see, I've just managed to set it up so that now you can actually see that on the page. And before we talk just more about that Return to Vol and then moving on, I want to, again, echo what Chris said. Emily commented about the art earlier as well. This art is really extraordinary. Now, I've had the chance to work with a couple of wonderful artists. In fact, I work with said artist on my own channel, a professional cartoonist, Terry Toons, who normally streams as part of my AME campaign. And with Icarus previously, with Matt Slay and Mark Dos Santos, we had two excellent artists as well. Achala's work is just absolutely extraordinary, and I do want to thank Stephanie Cook from Creator Resource, which basically she's out of Canada, and she runs this thing that essentially connects writers and artists together, basically, and talks about the world of comic books and graphic novels more generally. And she originally posted this thing saying she was setting up this resource, and I said, yes, I would love to know more about it. And she ended up, through a variety of factors, basically going the extra mile. And eventually I was connected with another guy, Marcelo Ferreira, who I actually met at New York City Comic-Con. Very good guy, very good artist. And then he got an offer from Marvel. And he said, I can't, unfortunately, as much as I'd love this work, but I can't turn down, this thing of Marvel. I was like, of course not. He said, but I have a person who is a former student of mine who's really, really gifted. And his name was Achala. And boy, he has been an absolute joy to work with, and all the way along has really captured the emotional weight of what I hoped trying to do within the story. And his work is lovely, and I think Chris would confirm that from the publisher point of view, he's also been really easy to work with in terms of just professionalism, speed, getting things out at a timely way, being very flexible, all the things that you want for something like this. So anyway, I just wanted to again publicly say how awesome Achala is. So
absolutely, he's amazing to work with, and it shouldn't surprise anybody that if Achala goes on to do artwork for some big names.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, so we've got the Return to Vol, which, as you said, is for former backers. And there are people, of course, in here who have been former backers. As I see, we just got another one, so we're up to 197. Thank you for the third backer. So we do have people, of course, who have supported us before. And it was very important to me, to all of us, but especially because I went through some long and winding road of the first book, that we really tried to reach out to the people that helped so much in making this a reality to begin with. And so fortunately, one of the wonderful things about working with Athos is that they were willing to do that and immediately grasped the importance of that. And so that's what these pledges, the Return to Vol, are designed to do for people who are previous backers. But then if we continue to move up, that leads us to where we start getting into, what if I didn't do this before and you are new to the series? First of all, welcome if you are. And secondly, maybe let's talk a little bit about where the new folks can start getting their material. Chris.
All right. So yeah, so the basic pledge level is to get the two Icarus and Jellinek ebooks. These will be essentially the retail product that will be produced and distributed after the Kickstarter is over. But getting them here, you get them early, and you get them along with all of the process and the story and the updates involved in that. And then if we go then to the next level for new backers, this is another digital product called the Indie Publishing Digital Supporter. And what this does is it adds to it. Athos Arts has begun producing anthologies, annual anthologies. We just had our second one. We're very proud that 5 Minutes at Hotel Storm Cove, due to the support on Kickstarter and our other base, we were able to pay professional qualifying rates for that anthology. And so if you want to be a digital supporter to everything we do in indie publishing, this is a way that you can get a little glimpse into some of the other prose work that we publish out. After that, we get to the print editions. And so the basic print edition of Icarus and Jellinek is at the $36 level. But you'll see right above that is another Return to Vol level, which says that for the original backers, you can get both books, but the first book is given at a discount.
Yeah, it's actually at a pretty significant discount. And again, we really want to emphasize that we're not playing around with this. If I could just speak to the two groups of people. If you're an original backer, Greg stated it perfectly. We just really want to recognize that it's been 5 years. We understand that. We appreciate you. And those levels are meant to convey that. If you weren't involved in that, kind of don't worry about it. These are two beautiful new books, beautiful new art. Ignore all the Return to Vol levels and just look at the other levels and consider it a new project. So you can look at that both ways.
Yeah. And again, I'm so grateful to Emily and Chris for understanding the importance of that, and it really makes a difference. Quick note, I wanted to just thank Echo Alpha and Trendane for being two of those backers. The print copy would be the book itself, yes, that we're talking about. But it specifies that too within each of the pledge levels. And as I go through, I am also frantically tweeting out and letting everybody know about this in the midst of also scrolling down. So bear with me as I do that. But
yeah, so that's important to note that the end product of this is going to be two paperback bound copies of the graphic novel. So Icarus and Jellinek will be two independent books at those pledge levels, and that is what's going to be the product that will eventually get distributed to the retail channels. But then once you get to the higher levels, that's where it gets into a lot of fun, and that's where we can really do some neat things with the Kickstarter rewards. So, Greg, I don't know if you're showing it, but similar to the digital indie publishing print supporter is the print version of that, and that just gets you the print editions of both graphic novels plus the Athos Arts anthologies.
There we are now. Yeah, the indie publishing print supporter.
Yeah.
So I do want to point out, by the way, of course, Athos was kind enough to support during ArvCon as well. And it's not nothing, to give this stuff over. These are sales that otherwise would be made in a different fashion or would be made at a higher price. So being able to get in that indie publishing print supporter, Icarus, Jellinek, both print, Icarus, Jellinek, both ebook, and then As Told by Things paperback, 5 Minutes at Hotel Storm Cove paperback, and then 2 ebooks, As Told by Things and 5 Minutes at Hotel Storm Cove. That's a lot of writing and a lot of storytelling and a lot of hours put in by both the original authors, by all the editors, by the layout people, the artists. So that's a lot for that amount. So yeah.
Yeah, and I'll just add there are 24 different authors in As Told by Things. And depending on how you count it, because there's some co-authoring, there are 61 different authors in 5 Minutes at Hotel Storm Cove. And those are authors all over the world, very different perspectives. So it's not just a lot of writing. It's when you add those anthologies, you're getting a showcase of a great number of additional authors. And we're really proud of that. They're amazing authors that we've been very, very fortunate to work with.
Yep. And the tweet, by the way, in case anyone's curious, so I have just now posted the live full tweet, with the Kickstarter link. So please go and retweet that and tell everyone 3 times about it.
All right. So now the fun part is when we get to.
That's all the fun part.
Yeah, I know that it's all fun. But when we get to the limited edition stuff.
Ooh.
So the first higher end reward we're going to offer here is a combined hardcover. So it puts both graphic novels into the same bound hardcover copy. This is going to be the first book then that you'll get that would be signed by Greg. And everybody at this level will also be acknowledged in the back of the book. And another comment for the returning Kickstarter backers from the original Icarus is that no matter what level you backed at in either the original Icarus or this new project, you will be acknowledged in these limited edition books. For new backers coming in, starting at the $75 level, you will not only get the limited edition hardcover, but your name will be included in the print edition at the back of the book as a supporter of the project. And then at all of the higher levels going forward, that transfers through.
And I will say that I'm straight up looking forward to. Oh, I'm sorry, Chris, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just gonna say I'm straight up looking forward to. I mean, I think most authors. I don't know how you feel about this, Emily, but I feel like most authors, when they hear hardcover, they all go, oh, because that's, I mean, there's nothing against paperbacks. Believe me, they're obviously much of my childhood was spent in used bookstores looking at paperbacks. But there is something about having work done in a hardcover, sort of feeling more permanent, almost type of form, that especially a graphic novel like this, where it's just gorgeous art and hopefully a compelling story. So I'm personally really excited about the hardcover ones, but I don't know if you feel the same way.
You've revealed your genre preferences by saying that, because I have noticed that is very genre dependent. But in this genre and with fantasy and related types of work, we love hardcover books.
Yeah, it really makes a difference. And also, thank you, Aradinel, so much. So we're up to 341 now, 6 backers. Thank you so much, Aradinel. I am fully aware that that's not easy for some people to be able to make these pledges, and I am deeply grateful. So really, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so yes. So anything else we want to say about those before we go on to the even more awesome deluxe super... Today I got my car washed this morning and they're trying to give me the upsell. They're like, well, you could just do this, but then you could do this plus. I feel like that's what this is, but except that this is an upsell that I want. Like, I don't want the undercoating on my car, but I totally want, the limited super uber, editions. So
I will say this next level, this $250 one is the one that I get really excited about.
He's been talking about it all week.
I know. Awesome. Well, because I've been talking with the printing press that we use and the bookbinders, and this one is something to geek out over. So Atila is in Brazil, which makes it very hard to do signed copies of books or to put certain artwork inside a book. And, without flying people out or, God forbid, flying books around the country, which is bad for around the world, which is bad for the books. And it's extremely expensive. And so with this deluxe limited edition, what we're going to do is Atila is going to draw one of the trimmed pages that is to go into the book. It will be hand bound into the book itself. And so you will get, in the end, essentially a one-of-a-kind hardcover graphic novel that includes original hand-drawn artwork bound into the book, not printed art, not a limited edition printed art, something that Achala has drawn, put on paper. That sheet of paper then is cut and bound into the book. And you'll get your choice between one of the main characters in the story, or you can, for an upsell, you can upgrade it to all three characters. And like I said, this is the one that I just think I'm really excited to be able to offer this one.
Yeah, it's really, really neat. And these were one of the things that was fun about doing this is that as we were going through, we would get ideas that both Chris and Emily would give and be like, well, what about this? And I'm like, well, that's cool. What about this? I'm like, that's also cool. So there were just a lot of really cool ideas that we were able to sort of toss back and forth. And I should say, by the way, we talked quite a bit, of course, about the original Icarus backers, but for folks who supported the Forbidden Library Kickstarter, and I talked about how amazing that experience that has been, and how grateful I am to people for supporting me on that. We also were conscious of trying to think about them, to think about the folks who supported the Nomnivore Games Emberwind Kickstarter that I do some writing for them, of course. So that was really cool too. And taking some of those ideas and kind of bouncing them back and forth with Athos about how we wanted to go about structuring this was really interesting also. And so first of all, thank you to those other backers too. But secondly, I really enjoyed having a chance to kind of hear all these new awesome possible ideas that were coming from both Emily and Chris.
Well, it's because we're all backers too, right?
Right.
So that's the way you look at it. That's the same thing with our small press. We're author run. So we are a publisher, but we're always thinking about the writers and the authors and the readers. We're readers and we're authors and we're publishers. Yeah. Same thing with this. We're looking at it as a backer, like, oh, what would I want? What would I want to see if I were? And we think this is it. We are really happy with this. I would, this is an exciting project across the board for me. I
completely agree. So Aridinel says a metal bookmark with a laser etched Icarus plummeting into the volcano. Just a random idea for a store item, if not a backer thing. Well, first of all, that's awesome. So one of the things that we have to think about too is, first of all, shipping is always something which comes into play, but also thinking about stuff that is actually going to have value. And I do think that some of those things, as we get feedback from people, will be helpful. I won't speak for them, but I imagine if Athos saw people being like, Chris and I are going to be at Origins next week. So actually in a few days. So if people come up to us and they're like, this thing is awesome, but what we really need is a metal etched something, and we get 50 people asking us that. Well, then I'm pretty sure that Athos is going to be like, maybe we need to look into this metal etched whatever, this laser etched metal bookmark thing. So that kind of stuff is really helpful when we get sort of a groundswell of feeling of people being like, we really love this, or we really want to support that. So, but again, you can please speak to that if I'm wrong, but that's just my sense of it.
I love hearing new ideas and bouncing them off people, and if it's something that we can do and it fits in the budget, and like you said, it's something that can be shipped out, if it looks like everybody would be excited about it, sure, absolutely.
Okay. We're just all so excited about this project, and that's really where this all comes from. So let's chat.
Yeah. Let's keep the excitement going.
And I'll just say, Emily's is an avid backer on Kickstarter. I'm an avid backer on Kickstarter. Athos Arts backs stuff on Kickstarter. And one of my favorite things to do, and we'll all be at Gen Con, is a lot of times we'll get a game as a reward on Kickstarter, and then going to Gen Con and meeting the creators of that game and sitting down with them and playing the game after we got it. Yep. And then I can go back and tell my children how I'm now the expert on the rules because I heard it directly from the creator.
It eliminates all rules arguments. Yeah, exactly. Yep. That's so funny. But that's 100% true. And I've told this story before, but very, very quickly. I was at Worldcon a few years ago when it was in Kansas City. And I was sitting in the big sort of cavernous exhibit hall, which is nothing like the exhibit hall at Gen Con, because the exhibit hall at Gen Con is massive, but is also full. And Worldcon is considerably smaller. So I'm sitting in this big cavernous space where they're doing the signings. And this guy comes up to me, and he's got a copy of Icarus for me to sign, the original one. And he says, this is great. I'm so excited that you're getting a chance to sign this. He said, I finally, I was able to get this from Amazon because I'd been waiting for it for years. And this is a couple years ago. So I'm like, years? And so at first I thought he meant like, you said I was delayed in backers or whatever. I thought it was something like that. But he said, yeah, because I remember when you read from this at World Fantasy, I had read an excerpt of the original Icarus novel at World Fantasy back in Calgary in like 2010 or 11 or something like that. And this guy had been one of the, I swear to God, 5 people probably that knew me in 2011 that were actually sitting in that room. And this guy came back that many years later with the book, once it had been turned into a graphic novel, to get me to sign it. That was amazing, right? And that sort of story, I think, is indicative of what happens when you get people that are excited about something and stick with it for a long period of time. And so, yeah, that was wild. So for people who stuck around that long, thank you. And yes, also trending, we are not going to do an Icarus smoothie. That would be,
well, we can talk about it.
Troubling. And yeah. So, okay. All right. Well, so let's so we got the 250.
Okay.
So I guess,
yeah. So now what we're getting into, all the rest of the levels are some combination of original art. So the original art that Acela Fabio did for the book that's going into the printed final copy of the book. And one thing that I love about Acela's work is that he does a lot of traditional artwork. He doesn't work in digital until the very end when he's cleaning up some of the colors. And so his process is he starts with some A3 sheets of paper, which are a little bit larger than what the printed book's going to be. And he does pencil sketch, and then he inks over the pencil sketch to end up with a black and white ink version. He then copies that and then hand colors that version. So for every page in the book, every final printed page of the book, there are a combination of 2 sheets of original artwork. There's the actual the drawing and inking, and then there's the coloring that goes on top of it, but they're on 2 separate sheets. So all of these rewards now include the 2 sheets of original artwork. And we're going to get Acela to take a photograph of how those look side by side. And I think in the Kickstarter story, there's kind of a blending that goes from one process to the other. So you can kind of see a little bit of how that works.
In fact, let me just zoom up to that very quickly. You can see that right here, actually. So there's in about the middle of the Kickstarter page, well, 1/3 down of the page. On the left, you've got the pencils, then the inks, as Chris was saying, that middle section, and then over to the right is where you get the final version of it. And it really is striking because it going from, I mean, I'm amazed by the visual artistic process anyway, since my creativity lies in writing and music, definitively not in visual arts. So being able to see this actual work from conception really to sort of finished product has been wild for me. So it's really neat.
And at these levels, what we will do is we will have a subset of the final art pages. We'll make those all available, and then based on your pledge level and your backer number, will be ordered. You'll get to choose which page you would like to have the original artwork for. And so without going through every one of these individually, the $500 level and the $675 level, you get 2 sheets. One has the deluxe limited edition with a hand-drawn page. The other one just has the standard limited edition hardcover.
Mm-hmm.
But then the final 2 pledge levels, the $1,000 pledge levels, are those where you get the original 2 sheets of not the interior of the book, but you get the cover art. So you can either get the cover art of Icarus or the cover art of Jellinek. You see what the Jellinek cover art looks like. The Icarus cover art is also amazingly striking, beautiful, jaw-dropping, whatever you want to call it.
Sure is.
And I can't wait till we do a cover reveal on that.
Yeah, that's going to be it's the same. It's actually currently sitting as my desktop background because
It's that beautiful.
Yeah, it was really amazing. Cool. All right. And
I guess I just emphasize there are only 2 of those. There's the first cover and the second cover, and when they're gone, they're gone.
Yep.
So.
Yep, absolutely. So
I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I'll do it anyway. My comment was I said just for that. I know it's a lot of money. I mean, we get that, but to have the original cover of something this beautiful and with, you never know how it'll go for that reward amount along with the limited edition. I don't know. I thought it was I'm understanding the level of pledge, but kind of a really good deal, to be honest.
It's a good value, really, in a way. For
Yeah, maybe that's a better way to say it.
Yeah, 100%.
I was like, you sure? Just for that? Okay. Those will go.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about seeing that. Yeah, it's really cool. So, all right. So maybe we should talk a little bit then about funding level and stretch goals, maybe
Sure.
about what our target is and then what we're heading for.
Yeah. So first of all, I'm going to say that the entire creative team worked really hard to make sure that their fee structure, and at Athos Arts, we believe in paying all of the creators the fair rates that they're worth. That's why it was very important for us in our anthology to pay pro qualifying rates.
Actually, when Chris said that the Kickstarter funded them, the Kickstarter did not. It succeeded, but it did not fund qualifying rates. And I decided to do it anyway because we really believe in paying artists.
It was a stretch goal that we didn't achieve. And we said, you know what, we're going to do it anyway.
And we're committed to that now.
Yeah. So this Kickstarter, at least from our standpoint, Athos Arts, this is our highest goal Kickstarter. We've had many successful Kickstarters, but not quite at this dollar level. But this 13,500 is our minimum goal, and that reflects a lot of compromise by all of the artists that are working on this project to be what's the minimum rate that we can really make this work and make it succeed. But to pay the fair rate of all of the work that's going into this, we really need to overachieve. But our number one priority was making sure we had at least enough to make this project a reality, and then move on from that.
Yeah, I guess I'll just, to clarify the sorry, I said I wouldn't clarify you, but to expand on that, the costs for this project, without getting into it, are fairly high with redrawing the first book. I think you all understand that. That makes sense. So the costs on this are pretty tight. And that's where we'd be happy to, we hope that it succeeds, obviously, but to go beyond that would really be great, because the bottom line is that the creative team believes in this project. The creative team is very excited about this project. They love it across the board. And that's why everybody came together and said, okay, what is the minimum that we can do this at? Because we want this to happen. But we do hope that with some of the stretch goals and being able to reach out, that will enable us to pay the creators more, which is something that is really important to us. And I think it's really important to you as well. So I hope that made sense.
I mean, and keep in mind that the artwork alone, I mean, there's over 100 pages of full color artwork going into this project that then has to be cleaned up, digitized. It has to have lettering put onto it. It has to have layout. All of that has to go into it. There's a lot of, it's not like producing a prose novel where you have the manuscript and the manuscript just kind of lays itself out on the page, and then the typesetter does some work. But this is a lot of pages of some really high end artwork and lettering and everything that goes with it.
Yeah, and it's I think a measure. I want to echo that and say that I think sometimes the sort of hidden costs, the things that people don't consider, are a significant part of what publishing can sometimes do. Is there's a lot of people that are involved in getting to this point that don't necessarily get, the money is not obvious. Typically people will say, well, so the Kickstarter is going to be like, for example, to pay me, for this stuff. And I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, my story obviously is the sort of foundation of this. And so, yes, I would like to get remuneration for that at some point, that's true. But obviously the artist, the graphic novel does not exist without the artist. The graphic novel doesn't exist if you don't have people who are able to do amazing lettering and layout so that it looks professional, and it does and will. The level of the ability to be able to sort of put it all together, bind it, get it to places like Amazon and others, Barnes and Noble, which will soon apparently be owned by Waterstones. Like all of these things, these all cost money on the publishing side too. And so yes, everybody had to really kind of work around and stretch to be able to make this happen and deliver it. But we really wanted to do that, I think, collectively, because people sort of believed in the common vision of the project. And that's not hyperbole. You sometimes hear that in the industry, but it is true that people do love projects, and the ones that they love are the ones they really throw themselves behind. So this is the opposite of a project that someone is mailed in on. It's also, I'll just quickly say, is an important project to me personally, because it tells a story that I think is important, that connects with aspects of not just my life, but I think the world needs stories about friendship and compassion and similarity over difference, and celebrating both diverse experiences and characteristics, while also discussing those things that unite us. That is part of what I did in the point of this story in the first place, and to see that realized in this artistic form and in this fashion is very important to me. So I will now get off my soapbox and shut up.
No, keep talking.
All right.
In general, not necessarily right now.
I see. Well, let's scroll down to the stretch goals. So let's talk a little bit about how to get to there. So the 13.5 is the bare minimum of what we're going to need, but we really would like to be able to get beyond that, because there is stuff that we can do as time goes on and as sort of money goes on. Just as was the case with the Forbidden Library, the funding for that was something like 8,000. We ended up funding at 27, and that meant we had an actual real art budget and so many other things we could bring to bear. We want something like that for this as well. All right, let's talk about the stretch goals. So lead us through this, folks, as I have the stretch goals on the screen now.
Okay, so Greg, with the Forbidden Library Kickstarter, talked to me about what a great idea it was for them, and I know it's been used before, but to have stretch goals that are a combination of the number of backers and the dollar amount. Normally, you see just the dollar amount stretch goals, but the number of backer stretch goals is a lot of fun, and it also rewards backers that come in that can, that pledge the,
it acknowledges that every pledge is equally important.
Yep, absolutely. So
because every pledge is a person that's reading this beautiful story.
Yeah.
And that's what we all want in the end.
So a lot of these stretch goals are provided by Greg and a combination of the team. I'll just say that the $15,000 stretch goal, just says swag, that's going to be, that will be either a bookmark or a postcard. I think we've got it as a bookmark now. Maybe a future stretch goal will be to upgrade that bookmark to a
laser etched neon
yes, volcano red glowing,
or maybe an Icarus printed coupon for a smoothie. I don't know, something like that.
That's true. All we need to do is find partners. If any of you run smoothie shops, please let us know.
Yes, and I didn't make this graphic, but I don't know if you did. The exclamation point makes me happy, because I would not want swag that didn't have an exclamation point after.
Oh yeah, it's like
only
what?
swag.
Yeah. No, definitely.
It's an exciting swag.
Yes.
Yeah. At the $20,000 level, then we'll produce a signed print of artwork that Achala does, and Achala will sign those prints, which now means that all of the backers that receive some print edition of the book will get something signed by the artist. If you're a digital backer, you'll receive a digital version of that art print. The other stretch goals now are all, I'm gonna turn it back over to Greg, because these are all things that he's agreed to do, things that were a lot of his ideas, and I think it'll be a lot of fun.
So let's start with the one at the 500 backer level. So the 500 backer level is going to be a live discussion on my Twitch channel. I don't know. I mean, really, I don't know who does this Twitch thing these days, but I thought that maybe I would throw them a bone. No, their 500 backers is going to mean that we will have a live discussion on my Twitch channel, which is going to cover the entire story of Icarus and Jellinek, and more to the point, is going to cover the process of creating the graphic novel, the artwork, or anything else we might want to discuss. My hope is that we might be able to get. We might bring Chris and Emily back for part of that. We will definitely try to get
maybe on two screens.
on two separate screens. We'll try to get Chris Sudas, known as Satobo, back doing the lettering and layout, and he can talk a little bit about his side of things. And I'm also going to try to get Achala himself, the artist, to talk a little bit about that as well, so that you get a chance to really kind of get behind the scenes. And that, I mean, again, that's the kind of thing which I think is really unusual. Maybe in politics you don't want to see how the sausage is made, but the way that a graphic novel is made can be particularly beautiful sausage on the level of the art, in the sense that what they're doing to actually get from pencil to ink to color is amazing, and then how that all gets put together with the story is wild as well. We haven't had a chance to mention it, but Keith DeCandido, of course, is the script writer for this, and Keith, who's also a Bronx native and lives not very far from me, actually, is a grandmaster media tie-in guy and has done, many hundreds of books and short stories and things like that, and excuse me, comic scripts as well. So having a chance to talk to people of this type about what it's like writing this stuff up, creating scripts, and doing graphic novels is pretty awesome. So that is going to be backer level one. And, the first time in 2014, the Kickstarter for Silence in the Libraries, Icarus, did not talk about backers per se. It was something where we were looking at the money, the pledge level numbers. And of course, that is obviously important. But one of the things the Forbidden Library Kickstarter taught me was how important having lots of people committed to this really is, and how that just builds up the kind of interest and connection that we've got in it. And so that backer list is going to be important also. So live discussion for 500 at the 500 backer level would be what we're looking at there. At 750 backers, I will host an online one-shot D&D adventure set in the world of Vol with special guest players. I have several thoughts in mind already in terms of what system might be used for this. This might involve perhaps using like a Fate Core system, which I'd have to read up on a little bit, or Powered by the Apocalypse, or something connected obviously to 5th edition, which I'm extremely familiar with. We will come up with something, but it will basically give people a chance to be a part of Vol in a tabletop sense, since, as all of you know, that's kind of super important to me too. And so we'll have a chance to actually show that off on stream, which I think will be a lot of fun. I mean, this is a setting that is kind of, intended to be sort of all no holds barred, wild salamander king lava knowledge creatures with other guys with crystals grafted to their arms. There's a lot of things going on. And so I'd like to think it'd be a fascinating setting to watch tabletop being played in. So that is going to happen at the 750 backer level. That could be kind of cool. Yes, exactly, Trent. At the 1,000 backer level, everyone is going to get an electronic copy of my prose novel on which the Icarus graphic novel is based. Now, some of you may know that this was originally a prose novel first. It was actually, way back in the day, the second one that I started working on, and then has gone through enormous revision since then, obviously. But the prose novel, when it came out, when I finally finished the manuscript, actually never came out in any officially published form. It was given away as a reward to other backers from the original ones, but not in the sort of layout that we'll do for it. And certainly it has never seen wide mass market, any kind of distribution for it. So having the original prose novel, I think would be neat. And I'm not going to get into this because I don't want to, obligate Athos to anything that they don't want to be obligated to. But we have had discussions about possible ways to even perhaps integrate a little bit of the art with the prose novel side of things, maybe down the line. But in any case,
absolutely,
we'll talk about that. But so you'll get an electronic copy of that at the 1,000 backer level. And the thing I want to point out is when we get to those backer levels, then everybody is going to get. So at the 500 backer level, everyone can go to my Twitch channel and watch this discussion. The 750 backer level, I'm sorry, hopefully 500 of you would not be able to play in a one-shot campaign, but you'll all be able to watch this campaign that you made happen. And at the 1,000 backer level, everyone will get a copy of that prose novel. So we will all benefit. You will all benefit from having gotten us to that point, which is kind of like the way we do things on the channel here. When we reach something in the Patreon, that often helps everybody in the channel. So I'm very excited about that. So those backer number ones are all things that are sort of connected to us. And then at the $1,500 backer level, that's question mark, to be determined, but it will be awesome with an exclamation point, as Emily advises me. So it'll have an exclamation point as a part of it. So yes. Yeah, so let's talk about, I guess I'll hand it back over to you. We've talked about the swag, but let's talk about and the signed print. Have we talked about the audio?
Not yet.
Okay. Um,
So,
who wants to handle that? I mean, it's whoever.
well, Greg, why don't you can give a little bit of the history, and then I'll talk about what we're going to do to it.
Okay, so very briefly, the audio originally came about because I wanted to provide something to the backers of the first project who had been so patient. And so I ended up recording with one Mr. Trendane Sparks and one Mr. George Ledoux, both incredibly wonderful professional voice actors, and an audio drama, which originally was just going to be kind of like a dramatic reading of the graphic novel. And then, this is what happens when you get professionals, they just hit it out of the park. Like their Trendane's version of all of these things was incredible. And actually I ended up teaching a version of Icarus to a fantasy fiction class of mine, and Tren ended up actually speaking to them as a kind of special treat of being a voice actor and talking about that. A lot of that involved the students asking him to do different awesome voices, by the way, but I'll, anyway. He just did an incredible job. And of course, George did an extraordinary job because George is amazing. Also, so he did the voice of Jellinek. He did the voice of a lot of the bad guys in there, including the Magister Jarvis and others. And it was amazing. So good that I thought, I really want to see what would happen if we set this to music. And so Chrono Wolf Live was brought in to do that. And he also did an incredible job on that. So that the end result of it is that 45 minute or so audio drama of the original edition of Icarus just was spectacular. I would put it up there with any professional audio drama that I've seen. Not joking, that I've heard. It's that good. I've listened to many of them, and I was just very fortunate to have that. So when we were talking about this project, I thought it would be great if we could extend that and actually have a chance to develop it, probably increasing maybe even the number of actors involved. But I'm wondering what we could do that, how we would do that, or how we would make that happen. And so that is when I handed this over to the geniuses at Athos to sort of figure out how maybe we could do this.
Yeah, you're talking to
the cat.
So, yeah.
So, she laughed actually.
Yeah. So at the $25,000 level, what we'll be able to do is take the existing audio drama, and with some of the new EPUB formats and standards that are out. Not all of the e-readers are enabling this, but iBooks is a really good one, where you can have a fully immersive audio video that sits on top of the ebook. And so we'll be able to package both of them together so that if you're getting the iBooks version of the ebook, yours will now be enhanced with the full audio drama, and you can listen to the audio drama while reading the lettered graphic novel.
Multimedia, people. Multimedia.
Media. And I'll tell you, I found listening to that audio drama while having the book open in front of me is a really fun way to enjoy the graphic novel. Yep. And this is at the $25,000 level, and like Greg said, if we knock it way out of the park and we overachieve on that, and we'll start adding some other stretch goals. And maybe one of the things we can do is to take this audio drama and do something else with it, or extend the audio drama out and maybe provide audio of Jellinek. It just depends on how the budget works out and what type of pledge level we achieve. But like I said, being able to listen, it's such a professional production that it's at the same it's at the same quality level as the story and the artwork, and to put them all together and read them at one time is just a really fun way, an immersive way to experience it. And I'd love to be able to keep doing that, but artwork is expensive, audio work is expensive.
It all costs.
I'd love to do that.
Yeah, that'll, to the people that are watching, that just so much of it, the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6 of us can do some things, but if we have everybody if everybody is as excited, don't say those words in a row, they're hard to say, and we're all telling people about it, I think we can get to these levels. We can start to do some of these really, really interesting things in addition to the core project.
Yep, 100% agree. Just a quick note, by the way, we had a very quick brownout at my house This is why I paid for a UPS backup battery system, so I don't think anybody would have noticed. But I'm just pointing out, if anyone saw all of a sudden my fan go off and were like, did the lights just flicker? Yeah, they did, but we're fine because battery backup, thank God. So cool. I absolutely, I like the idea of being able to have sort of bringing together all of these people, these amazing people, in various different forms, right? Like, one of my dreams is being able to connect people in community and being able to connect wonderful creative people in all of these different disciplines. So basically, anytime I get a chance to use more amazing work from Trendane, from George, from others in the art vocalists, from the musicians I happen to be fortunate enough to know, the composers and so forth, that's a good thing. So, but again, as they pointed out, all of this costs money. It's none of this can be done no matter how passionate we are. Passion doesn't pay the bills, right? So there's only so much that we can do
Literally
to sort
doesn't.
of do that stuff. It literally does not. So so we really need to be able to kind of take that extra step. But the idea is that's what we're thinking about here as well. And then as we achieve those stretch goals, you'll see there's also a thing that says 30K ? As we achieve those stretch goals, other things will be added down the line. We did quite a bit of that with Forbidden Library as well. So we will add other stuff as time goes on. But obviously, we need to hit those goals first as we kind of continue to push forward. It's obviously theater, yes. And also, thank you. We got another backer in the meantime while that was all going on. So we're up to 341, 7 backers. Lovely. So this is going to be running, starting obviously today, and it's going to be running through July 12th at 11 p.m. Eastern. And I will have, just as I did last time, I will have a dramatic, final closeout. I don't know whether we'll reach that incredibly, that thrill ride that was the last hour or so of Forbidden Library, where we broke the 1,000 backer mark. But maybe if I can convince Ed to start telling library stories again, which he was doing at the end there on Twitter, that was amazing. But we're going to sort of get there 31 days from now. But the key here is what happens really starting now and over the next few weeks. Can we be consistent about it? Because having an kind of start, we can recover from it, but it's going to be much more difficult. Having a big sort of momentum start is really going to help out a lot in terms of being able to push forward. And so I just want to ask, please, pledge if you can, and thank you to all those who have done that so far. Please spread the word, and please let people know. I would like to think that even people who are not Twitch people and are not really video game people, or even tabletop people, I think everybody is hardwired to enjoy story at a certain level, and I would love to be able to see those people brought into this mix. I will also mention, by the way, because this came up, actually I didn't think about this till last night, but Chris and Emily will appreciate this too, that this is also, I think, a suitable story for children of a certain age. This is stuff that I think children can also get something out of, and nothing in the art is going to be, I think, inappropriate, although obviously there is tension and bad things, bad people do bad things, and I don't want to suggest that the whole thing, it's not a story about Pollyanna, but it's not something that I would feel embarrassed to put in front of my 11-year-old. And in fact, I put it in front of her when she was 8 and 9 years old, and I was okay doing that. And so I think this is the kind of thing which could also appeal to children. And many people have asked me over the years about, is this suitable for them? It absolutely is. And it's suitable for them, even if they are somewhat reluctant readers. That's one of the great things about graphic novels, is getting them inspired to read other stuff. And so I wanted to mention that too, that it is suitable for families, which we do, we try to do a little bit of deal with on this channel as well, with family friendly stuff. That is the case with this work as well. And I think that's all I have to say about it, but I'm happy to hear last thoughts or whatever else from Chris and Emily, from you folks. And chat, if you have questions for any of us, you'll always have me, but if you have questions for these wonderful people before they get back to their busy lives, now is the time to ask them. But in the meantime, I don't know, Chris, Emily, any final thoughts or about this?
I do. Do you have anything?
Go ahead.
Well, first, I just want to echo actually what Greg just said about not just that it's family friendly, but one of the main things I see in writing a lot, I personally write for adults, and people say, well, what's in it that's not for someone younger? And I say it's not always just about the content, is it inappropriate? It's also about the themes. Are they themes that young adults relate to? Are they themes that older adults relate to? And I think that the themes in this storyline are really, truly universal across demographics and across age. And Gregory described those earlier. He talked about things like hope and community and the positive messages and the adventure. And those are things, at least the kids that I know and the teenagers that I know, they're very those themes resonate with them a lot right now. And I think that they do with a lot of us. So I think that this project in that sense has that kind of universal appeal. And I look forward to sitting down with our kids and going through it. And I guess the final thought that I had on the project is the one thing I think is obvious, but hasn't necessarily been literally touched on, is the confidence factor. We've already talked about the great creative team, and it's not just, and it's so comprehensive. It's not just that it's great story, that it's great art, that the layout is beautiful, that the design is beautiful, that the cohesion is beautiful, that the vision is beautiful. And I'm bragging, but I believe all those things. It's even more than that. We have confidence in the project. The artwork is, I don't know if it's absolutely complete, but it's whatever the status is, the artwork is happening. You see the artwork.
Yes.
The plan is in place. All the finances have been gone over 100 times. The plan is very solid. This isn't, the type of Kickstarter where we're saying, hey, we're going to think about doing something. This is something that is a full vision ready to be realized.
100%.
And the only thing that we need is for people to see it, and for that word to be spread, and for people to be as excited about it as our team is. But I think that the confidence to understand that this is something that is ready to happen. The whole vision is in place. The whole team is in place. There's a tremendous level of confidence in every aspect of the project. And really, we told the story about how, my martini gave Greg a book, and then we talked, and he gave me this book, and I said, you have to sign it. I went home and I read it, the original version. And I pulled Chris aside and I said, that was really good. I really like that. We should talk to him about that sometime. And I say that because I'm coming at this as a fan. I'm coming at this as someone who saw this project and said, this is beautiful. This is really has so much potential to have that journey continue and to move forward. So I just hope that you'll see it the same way, that when you look through it and, look at the story, and then I'm sure Greg will continue to share little, pieces and snippets and
For sure.
behind the scenes information, all of that, I will try not to ramble. The bottom line here is that we are really excited about the art and the comprehensive art of this project. And I just hope that you will be as well. And if you are, let people know. That's really, really appreciated. And from both of us, we'd like to say thank you to the backers that have already pledged.
Got
That's
another
kind of
one
fun
too.
to see that so
442
soon.
now. Yeah. So.
I'm just looking, while Emily was saying that, I was looking at the chat stream about the Harry Potter and the Dementors, and all I can think of was that last night our teenage son introduced us to the Pickle Rick episode of Rick and Morty, thinking that it would be appropriate and non-triggering for somebody who doesn't like horror. And we were like, what were you thinking, buddy?
Yeah, that's
All right, now you need to come up with a different final thought.
That's
our final thought is teenage
my
sons.
final thought.
I expressed the vision.
Well, I just want to say that it's a real joy to be able to work with such a professional group of people. Greg, everybody knows is professional just by the production he puts on here and everything that he does. But I have to double and triple what both Greg and Emily said about the whole team, and including the artist is on schedule. He's responsive. He replies to everything, and it's just a real joy to work with independent artists at such a high level. I have such faith and trust in everybody on the team that a lot of times they would come to me as the publisher and say, can we do this? Can we do this? Can we do this? And I finally had to say, folks, just go ahead and do it. And if you get a little bit out of my comfort zone, I'll try to turn it down a little bit, because everybody is just running 100% on this. And I have full confidence in everybody on the team.
I am very much appreciative of that. And again, I've worked with a number of publishers over the years, and all obviously have strengths and weaknesses and so forth. But I think it's really great to be able to work with people who have not just the sort of, again, the kind of energy level and the passionate commitment to, the vision of the author and the artist and all that, which is obviously extremely important, but also has the sort of practical wherewithal, right, to try to see that actually comes through to the finish line. And I think you heard both of those things. I think I want to go back to just something quickly that Emily said. The first project, it's no secret that the first project took a little while to get delivered. It did get delivered. It did get, provided, but there were delays in the art and other things that are not important to go into now. And that is something that was very much a concern for me this time around in trying to find an artist who would not just have great art, but in finding an artist who would be able to deliver without the need to babysit, and would do so in a professional, responsive way. And as Chris said, he really has done that, so that, when Emily says this is a full, this project is going to be delivered the way we say it is going to be delivered the way we say it is. Like, I will not allow it not to be that way, first of all, and then secondly, Athos would not allow it to be any other way either. So this is absolutely going to happen, and we are well ahead. I mean, well ahead in the art. And I will say that we are also way ahead, frankly, of where the art was back in 2014 when we started doing it. It's not even in the same stratosphere. And so that's one of the reasons that we could go back and decide. We haven't had a chance to talk about this, but we did not originally think we were going to do Icarus other than maybe just doing, the first sort of version of it and packaging that essentially with this new art. But we were so, enamored of the art that Attila was doing and the speed with which he was doing it, that at a certain point, I remember emailing, I think it was Chris, and I just said, could we talk about getting him to do all of it? Like, I mean, is that possible? And obviously that's a huge jump up in terms of cost and time investment. But Chris, to his credit, immediately said, let me talk to Emily. Let's see what we can think of on our end. And Attila immediately was like, let me think about how, and we all pulled together and to make it possible, so that what you're getting is a really coherent experience from the beginning. The full book, as I originally imagined it in my head, books 1 and 2 of this series delivered together in this unified form. And that's why I love that graphic, by the way, from Chris, not just how good it is, but just that really kind of fits my vision for it also, which is you have clearly Icarus and Jellinek represented in that graphic. And those were, in my mind, 2 parts of a whole. And yes, Rig, because I know everyone loves Rig and they'll be mad at me if I don't bring up Rig. But like that combined whole of those 2 of them. So I just wanted to say again, publicly, thank you to Athos. Thank you to both Emily and Chris. Chris, thank you for all the tireless work and the sort of work with the videos as well, and in kind of, keeping everyone with the contracts on task and everything. But thank you for trusting this vision and for helping see it forward. And I'm could not be happier to be working with you folks. And I'm excited about what the future will bring. This is a good opening salvo, I think. 442 and 8 backers in about 35, 40 minutes is pretty good as a starting spot. So let's keep it up. We need to keep that going. But thank you both so much. You will see, of course, Christopher and myself will be at Origins in a few days. In fact, we will be on a panel about Kickstarter and crowdfunding. So hopefully we'll just be able to be like, Chris will moderate. It'll be like, what do you think of successful Kickstarters? Flick like this one. I wonder, we'll see if that happens. But no, but you'll have a chance to see both of us. Do either of you just want to quickly pitch anything else, like Emily, new other project coming out from you or from Athos, or something beyond this that you want to mention, just where people can find out more about you and Athos?
Yeah, well, so you can go to the website at athosarts.com. I'm sure that's up somewhere. Well,
Yep.
it's on our Kickstarter, I suppose.
Yes.
We did actually have a release this week, The Traveling Triple C Incorporeal Circus. It's a novel about 2 ghosts and a mime who walk across America. And it's something you probably think I brag about everything I've done. I'm actually really awkward and I'm always talking down my own stuff. It's amazing. It's written by author and playwright Alana McFall. And if that interests you, you can check that out.
With a blurb from Andrea Hairston, by the way. So no joke. I mean, anyone who knows anything about the genre knows I read the blurb and I'm like, that is a good blurb. So if Andrea Hairston likes it, you know that it's got to be good. Yeah. Sorry.
I love those four blurbs because they together really capture the essence of the novel too.
Kat Rambo did the line edit for one of the iterations of the manuscript.
Ooh. That's all. I mean, listen, Kat is awesome. Quick thank you, Chaotix, for the resub, dude. Good to see you, man. 21 months. Thank you, Chaotix. Welcome to our little Icarus Jellinek Kickstarter shindig. Good to see you, dude. Thank you so much. Yeah, so that's awesome. So that came out, and anything else, or that's good?
Yeah,
for
I mean, the
moment?
main thing is, if you look at, we'd already talked about in the campaign, we have those 2 anthologies. It's become a running joke with the authors how excited I am about 5 Minutes at Hotel Storm Cove. It is. They're like the Emily in her hotel. But again, 59 stories from authors all over the world, extremely diverse viewpoints. It was intended to just be a hotel framework where interesting things would happen. And I underestimated the extent to which the authors brought their culture, their perspective, their genres, their mash of genres. It's a really neat book. So I would encourage you to look at that in the Kickstarter. And then if you're looking for something different, we also published a book that was a sci-fi novella written by a 12-year-old called A Spatial Surprise. And if you love art, Geneva Bowers did an amazing cover for that. And that I think does Synthesis Sorogeny Koganti's vision well. And then my own Diamond Song serial, if you want something really different, you can check that out as well. But all of our titles are up at athisarts.com, and I would encourage you to do the descriptions and the links. And especially, I'm really pleased to be able to offer those 2 anthologies as part of this, because the only thing, the only thing I love more than like some art is a lot of art. And there's so many authors that are so talented that are featured in those 2 volumes. It's really neat. So thanks for that. And thanks so much for letting us be a part of this. It really is a pleasure. And thanks to everybody who's tuned in today.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much for being with me and being willing to give a part of your day to do it. And again, thank you so much. And I'll be speaking to both of you quite a bit, obviously, in the weeks to come. But thank you. So, chat, can we get some thanks and some love for Christopher and Emily Bell from Athis Arts? Chris, Emily, thank you so much. And we're gonna push this as much as we can on our end, of course, as well. So, thank you, and I will talk to both of you soon.
All right. Yeah. And I'll see you at Origins.
Yes. And I'll see you at Origins. Safe travels. Right. Bye for now. All righty. Good stuff. So there we go, folks. So we are at 442 of 13.5 with 8 backers. This is great stuff. I want to be clear here that I am going to everything I can to try to push this forward in terms of other things that we do. And so consequently, when we get to the $500 pledge level, I'm going to make sure that we do a game giveaway, because we have still got some games that were left over. And I want to make a quick thank you to all of the supporters of ArvCon. Any leftover codes, I contacted every single company that gave us leftover codes, and every company said, no, please hold on to them. Every company said, just feel free to give them away as part of your stream. This was our gift for ArvCon, and we want you to get value out of it. So I'm really grateful to all of those wonderful people, which means I still have games to give away from Nomad Games, from Tin Man Games, from Harebrained Schemes, from GogCom, and obviously from the individuals, Chaotix, for example, who just showed up here, and from Dragonspear as well. So I still have a number of things to give away. So I will do a giveaway once we get to that $500 pledge level. And again, quick note. So again, this is for Icarus and Jellinek Kickstarter. If you were a previous backer, you want to look for those Return to Vol ones. Return to Vol, the Jellinek ebook, which gives you both the Jellinek and Icarus ebook, the $16 or more, the $18 or more Return to Vol Jellinek print copy, plus the 2 ebooks, the Return to Vol Icarus and Jellinek print copies. So you get both of those at that time, not just the Jellinek print copy, but both. That's 27 or more. And those Return to Vol, again, are our thank yous to the backers from the original Icarus project. But for those of you who were not here for that and are just for the first time joining us, you obviously have pledges that are for you. $16 for both Icarus and Jellinek ebooks. The $25 or more is the Indie Publishing Digital Supporter. So that gives you those ebooks plus 2 ebooks from Athis Arts. And then, of course, we've got the print copies at the 36 or more level. That gives you a print copy of Icarus and Jellinek plus the ebooks of each. At the $65 or more, it is the Publishing Print Supporter. So you get those that I just mentioned, plus the ebooks, plus the paperbacks. At the $75 level, you get the limited edition combined hardcover. Oh my God, Icarus hardcover hype. At the $250 level, the deluxe limited edition with a hand-drawn page. Hand-drawn means he literally draws it into the book and as it is bound, and binds in this hand-drawn page. That's really awesome. $500 or more, the higher level stuff. Again, that's a collector's edition. There's only 25 of those, original art and hardcover. The limited edition combined hardcover plus a 2-size sheet used in the published graphic novels. And then Collector 2, which is original art with the deluxe hardcover. And then those top ones, and again, there's only one of each of these. The original Icarus cover, so the original cover that he is doing. And when I say the original, we mean the actual original, like, this is what he scanned in to, provide to us. And then the original Jellinek cover, that is $1,000 each. Plus you get the ebooks, plus you get the deluxe limited edition combined hardcover. So there's a lot of stuff going on there. So whether you can pledge a little bit or a lot, there is a lot of stuff that is available for each of those things, and that makes a big difference. So I'm really grateful for those who are able to support here. All right, as far as the update, I saw that you just said, also, good to see you again, Chaotix, as I say. Happy to see you, sir. I see this is, there it is, $500. We have reached the $500 level hype. There it is. Thank you so much. If that was Chaotix who did that, which I'm assuming it was because he knew to be able to do that, thank you, Chaotix. Much love. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. So we are at the $500 level, and Aradinel, dude, again, I've already said it to you, so I don't need to say it again. I'll just quickly remind you, you have done so much. Thank you, but don't feel obligated to do anything. But I'm grateful to whatever people can do. But thank you so much, Chaotix, and thank you to the 9 backers. So we're up to 9 backers already, $500. All right, so that means that we've got a giveaway to do. So what I'm going to ask one of my lovely mods, and I now have 3 of them in here, what I'm going to ask one of my lovely mods is to actually do a giveaway. And what I'm going to do here is, to run a raffle, basically. If you win this giveaway, you will get a choice of one of the following games, okay? You will get either the Nomad Games Talisman Digital Edition, which is awesome, or you can get the Final Fantasy Classic, the Warlock of Firetop Mountain, that is from Tin Man Games, or you can get Battletech from Harebrained Schemes. This does not include the new Urban Assault, by the way. It is just the base game, but still, Battletech, which I played and won on the GOG channel, was awesome. So you will get, if you win this raffle, either, again, the Talisman Digital Edition from Nomad Games, or you will get from Tin Man Games the Fighting Fantasy Classic Warlock of Firetop Mountain, or you will get from Harebrained Schemes Battletech. So that will be the case for this raffle. Okay, that's fine. That's no problem, dude. So yeah, Aradinel, if you would not mind maybe putting that together. In fact, you know what? I'll actually set up the raffle. If you would just mind monitoring it, that would be good. No, don't worry about it. I got it. I'll do it. But Aradinel, if you would mind just monitoring it, that would be good. So what we are going to do here is, I think we're going to do, let's do, this seems likely. You know what? We're going to do this. Nope, I did it wrong. Admin. Damn it. I think it's a... I don't know my own commands. You got it? I don't remember what the command is. Do me a favor and double check for me, please, Aradinel. But that's the code that I was going to use, was Athos. So just let's see if we can get that going, and then you'll get a choice of one of those 3 games. So we will. That's really awesome. I'm really glad that we hit that milestone already. That is super great, and I cannot wait to post this to all of the things and let everybody know about it as soon as we possibly can. That's it. Damn it. I knew it was something like that. Giveaway admin -s space Athos -a. Thank you, Aradinel. So that's the giveaway. Type in Athos if you want to win one of the 3 games that I have just previously mentioned. Cool. So that means that I can now bring this up to the top. Okay. I can bring that up to the top, and let me move my window capture above this. Actually, you know what? That may be... Dun, 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 dun. Okay, just give me a second whilst I get this set up. Aha, yes, I was correct about that. Okay, so I want to remove that. I want to adjust this, and then I will change it. I know you're just seeing Jellinek's eyes staring into your soul right now. So if you have anything you want to tell him, if you have anything you want to acknowledge about your past sins, I mean, now is the time to do it, you know, if you want to do that. Okay. I don't have a soul. What's up, JLC? How you doing, man? There we go. All right, so good. Now let me just modify this slightly because we're going to go here. And we're going to go up here. And we're going to expand like that. Lovely. So that is what we are looking at. There we go. So we're going to put that right there. We will put move the Patreon status to up there. There we go. There it is. Lovely. All right. Now we are in good shape. Awesome. Cool. You back for the hardcover book? Let me see if that. Oh, previously. Oh, you back for the hardcover book previously. Thank you, dude. Thank you so much, Kilobyte. I appreciate that, man. That's very kind of you. And again, Kilobyte was responsible for the amazing video that you folks saw, which is just like, again, that video was just awesome. So he did a great job with it, and I am just super, super pleased. I have too many little windows. Yes, you were actually right about that, JLC. I do have too many little windows. But part of the problem is that I've got too many things to talk about. It's like there's too many cool things that are always happening, that are always going on. There we go. That's better. I think that all works. So now we got it going on well. So now we are set to go. Now, as I mentioned, unfortunately, the Adventures of Middle-earth cannot happen today because we had a dental emergency with one of the players. So that means that we are not going to be doing AME today. So what I thought we would do instead is what I would do, since I was going to end this today, is yeah, they're okay. They'll be back, but the dental emergency is not, I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. So rather than just have us go with a smaller crew, I thought we'd try to get the full crew. We're already going to be together on the 22nd, but we have also said that we're going to get together here, not the 22nd, I'm sorry, the 25th, but we're going to do next week as well. So we will be here for the 18th and the 25th with AME. So, yeah, get rid of the strange guy talking, exactly. So as a consequence, I thought we would do this instead. So the game that Arv is going to play for the next viewer's choice of the month. So I'm going to close this up a little earlier than I would normally. I'm going to close this up, and then I will play the game that we have chosen. So we've got Never Alone at 6 votes. We've got Time Spinner at 5 votes, and we've got Wizardry at 4 votes. And if for some reason this was going to take forever to download, then I could also just fire up Deus Ex Human Revolution, which is great. But I think we should be fine to do that anyway. So we are sitting right now. Now's the chance to get in your final vote. Never Alone is at 6 votes, Time Spinner at 5, Wizardry at 4. So now is the chance to do that. Well, I don't know that we're going to. My preference is that we play the Patreon one because I want to be able to make sure that we do that. And I don't know if we're going to have time to do it if I don't get it done. You know, if it's not going to be next week, then I may not have another time to do it. So I would like to be able to do that earlier. So, okay, let me actually move that. There we go. I voted for Wizardry. Well, it's a good thing I like you, Kill, because there's no reason for any of that. All right, we've got Never Alone for 6, Time Spinner for 5, Wizardry for 5. We're tied up, Never Alone with 6, Time Spinner and Wizardry 5 each. So here we go. Now the chance is, your final chance is coming. We're going to close this down. I'm going to give you one final minute, and then I'm going to get this. Get this, and then we're going to move ahead with that. All right, so okay, lovely. Thank you to those, by the way, who have retweeted the stream. Who retweeted the tweet about Icarus. Thank you to those of you who've already let people know about it. And yeah, please continue to make that happen because it definitely will make a difference. Okay. And now, here we go. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You know, vote, play 15 minutes, vote if I'm allowed to switch Never Alone. There you go. Second OBS. You should double check my rant, Thorn, on wizardry and my dislike of this as a general term. Or my dislike of it as a general game series. That said, I was damn close. I mean, it's funny too, because it didn't win. It didn't actually win with like a majority. It's a plurality, right? I have not tried Never Alone. No, you can remind me nonstop which one. I have not tried Never Alone, no. Whoa. It's the wizard. Wait. It's for the PS2? Because I can't do that nonstop. I mean, I can do it, but I can't do it today. Yeah. Okay. So Never Alone and Time Spinner, both of those are PC, yes? Is that accurate? Both of those are PC? Never Alone and Time Spinner? Yes? Okay. So, all right, well, okay, it seems like it. All right. Well, so what I might do then, I don't want to violate the will of chat, but I don't, like, the whole point of this was that I thought I was going to be able to do this today. So I think it probably makes more sense with chat's permission to be able to, I can come back to wizardry at some other point, but to be able to do the one that I can actually play today. That would be my preference. So let me pop up the search here. There it is. Okay. Atmospheric puzzle platform. Yes. Okay. So in that case, it's Never Alone that we're looking at. Okay. So we will do that. Oh my God. And we hit 580. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. 580, 10 backers. Thank you to those of you who are supporting. That is super awesome and amazing. Okay, cool. So we are going to do that. We are going to do that. Let me remove that. Lovely. All right. So Time Spinners on GOG. Yes, absolutely, Mr. Eridan. And actually, I noticed that, and I'm going to play that as we speak. So I'm going to check out now. I'm doing the Never Alone Arctic Collection. I'm going to use PayPal, which is supported by your Patreon and sub dollars. So that's how this is able to happen. So thank you. Never alone. Redirecting. Okay, let me just take that off screen so that people don't actually start seeing my PayPal login info, which would be a little unfortunate. Let's log in there. Okay. Text message to this 789808. Okay. All that's on screen is my face. Good. That's all that should be on screen is my face. That's all you need to see is my face. No, that's good because I don't want anything else on the screen right now because I'm processing this. Lovely. There we go. Order completed successfully. Great. Awesome. Okay, so now we are going to let us install. Now, this shouldn't have too much of a problem, but just be aware that there may be a couple little hiccups as I do this. Okay, so it's going to begin to install now. Oh, you did that, dude? Series Runner, what's up, bro? Thank you, man. Also, hi, Lucathea, what's up? Series, dude, oh, man. Dude, I have not talked to you in ages. How are you doing, man? How's life and everything? For those of you who don't know, I mean, you should, but Series Runner, who is a longtime friend of mine on Twitch and played as part of the Infinity and Beyond crew, of course, and then ended up with a job at Telltale. And I know that, you know, things with Telltale, I know things didn't, you know, overall. But how are you doing, man? How have you been? First of all, thank you. That is super kind of you. I really appreciate that, dude. And secondly, like, how are you doing, man? Man, all these people showing up. It's great. Chaotix shows up again. A lot of people showing up again. It's good to see everyone. AthosArts.com/Kickstarter link is live. Yay. Thank you, Ballstag. Awesome. But yeah. Fixing it all again. Poor Ardenel. Well, no. Actually, well, I guess that's fine. Let me double check and see. If that redirects directly to it, does it? Yes, it does. That's fine. Yeah, so that's fine. So you can switch it if you like, Aradella. It probably doesn't matter because they both go to the same place, quite honestly. But yeah. Okay, this is, by the way, is just about done downloading. Poor Aradell. But yeah, thank you, series. And yeah, Telltale was unfortunate. You're interviewing with Dude, I do know exactly what that would mean. Oh my God, man. That would be amazing. So those of you who don't know, Series Runner is a digital artist. He's a very good one. And obviously has worked with Telltale. You need to tell them, like, you're like, you don't understand. My expertise in Baldur's Gate is unmatched. And then you need to tell them that I interviewed the writer for Divinity Original Sin 1, Sarah Bayless. So you need to be like, look, I know I have these connections. Wow, that would be freaking epic, dude. I'm very excited. I've already told Pyron Jade, who's the head of the GOG stream team, that I am all over that game. I want to cover that game. And she was joking that I'm going to have to fight Fraswar, one of my fellow GOG streamers, for it. I'm like, that's fine. He's had stage combat, so have I. I'll take him on. He's probably 20 years younger than me, but I'll take him down for Baldur's Gate. No, it was, but anyway, I'm very, very, I'm very excited about that. That's really cool, dude. I really hope you get it. I really hope you get it. Sirius is a very gifted artist. And if you're watching, Larian, please know that A, Divinity Original Sin 2 was excellent. B, I'm very pleased that you're doing Baldur's Gate 3, although that opening trailer was really disgusting, but that's, you know, I understand, whatever. No, but I mean that, like, I'm really excited about Larian doing this. And C, you should 100% hire Series Runner because he's awesome at what he does. He's also a very good worker, and he's just a good dude. And, you know, like, you are getting the right person if you get that person. So take Frostwar down for life. I like Frostwar quite a bit. But if he thinks he's going to get in the way of this game, no. Anyway. Oh, you know why, Erdenel? You accidentally added command instead of Icarus. That's what happened. I can see it myself if I look up. Okay, so this is on now. Previous Divinity games. So, Divinity Original Sin 1, I was kind of, it's funny because actually Series Runner and I did a co-op run of that. And I was a little lukewarm about Divinity Original Sin 1, to be perfectly honest. I liked it for a while, but then I kind of got a little bit frustrated with some of that stuff. Yep, for sure, Series. But he and I did a co-op run, and we liked it, but we kind of had the same sort of frustrations over time. Divinity Original Sin 2, I've actually played over on GOG, and I like it a lot. I think they cleared up all of the problems that I had with 1. I think they did much better in terms of this like, I liked the story. I thought the lore was interesting. The sort of construction of they did a lot of things very well. Their character building was really good. Previous games, honestly, I haven't played a lot of. I have seen some of Divinity 2 played, which I thought seemed to be really good, although I haven't played it myself. I was actually watching someone playing Divine Divinity the other day, and which also looked really cool as well. So in general, I know Larian has a good rep. And I think a lot of people, especially after how successful DOS2 was, are very much behind them for, Baldur's Gate 3. I really have not heard anyone say, like, no, how could you? Like, it seems like a totally legit studio to do that. They seems very well suited for that. Beamdog is something that a lot of people assumed might actually get that license because of the work they've done with other stuff. And I think they also would have been fine. But I think Larian is a good sort of studio that's clearly dedicated to this. So, yeah, I dig it for sure. Okay, let's see. Clearly I'm learning to make a full game. Yes. I think that's probably true. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, they had obviously done other stuff as well, but I feel like they've really put it all together now. So they've done a good job with that. Okay. So that is that, which means, we have, what is this now? Okay. So I need to make sure I adjust something. I've got to make sure that I update. I have to update Pathfinder because a new update has gone live, so I'll have to do that before 4 p.m. Okay, but what we're going to do right now is we're going to play Never Alone, which I have just installed. So I'm going to jump over, here, and I'm going to fire up Never Alone. Now, bear with me because this is the first time I've played it, so it'll take a minute to get everything set properly. Let's do it. Yay, thank you very much, Erdno. Nice, that sounds promising. Give me, please, that game capture. I already like the music. Okay, good stuff. So, what I need to do before I continue this is I have got to, before I continue this, I have got to adjust my dashboard. Okay. Let's get that dashboard fixed. Yeah, I think Obsidian would do fine. I think Obsidian would do fine, but I feel like Obsidian is already invested in their own IPs, Thorn. I mean, I know some of the people from Obsidian also, and that's fine. And the problem, in Exile, I think, I feel like the stuff they do is a little more off the beaten path. It's a little weirder, Wasteland 3, certainly Torment, and I like Torment. I played games by all those companies, and I have respect for and have been supported actually by all those companies in the past. So I'm definitely with you on that. But I do think that I don't know. There's something about Larian's sort of vision and sort of scope that I think fits something like this. Yeah, that's it. I mean, certainly they're not the only choice, and I do still do D&D with Viewers JLC, and I'll be doing it again on June 21st, which is a week from Saturday. I believe a week from Friday. I will be doing D&D with Viewers. Okay, streams. Icarus and Jellinek. Lovely. All right, that takes care of that. Updating my dashboard, bear with me. Okay. There's that. Platformer, educational game, puzzle. Let's do first playthrough as well. Lovely. All right. Aru. And that is true. There is an in-world game, D&D game stretch goal. Yes, that is 100% true. Alrighty, good. So that is set to go. I think we're ready. Now, how many of you, I'm curious, how many in chat have played this game before that we're about to try? Never Alone. How many of you have actually played this? You have, Mr. Eridan? Okay. Haven't gotten very far, but yes, okay, cool. All right, let's do it then. Play Foxtails. I'll just play. Let's do options first. Give me those video settings. Can I get... Aha! Okay. Resize. Cannot resize. Okay, just bear with me for a second while I get this squared away. Okay, I want to reduce that resolution. Ooh, not that far. There we go. Yeah. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Lovely. Oh, nice, Thorn. Okay, I have never played... I know very little about it, so I am looking forward to giving this a shot. I just want to see this for a second. Thank you, Chrono. Oop. All of a sudden I did that and something froze up. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Thank you, Chrono Wolf Live. And Chrono Wolf Live, of course, is responsible for that amazing video. Okay, this was obviously a terrible error in judgment. All right, that was bad. I'm going to close this window. That was a bad mistake. I should not have done that. I will have to look at those cultural things later because I do want to play a game. I was just trying to see some cool stuff. It feels like it's maybe a little finicky on the windowed mode, so maybe I need to be careful with that. Okay. But thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate that, Chrono. Oh, you know what I don't have up here? I need to have the Kickstarter info up here because that's kind of important. But yeah, thank you, dude, so much. And thank you for the amazing work on the video music. Again, and It is up there right now, folks. We are at 580. We are finishing up our first giveaway at the $500 level. Please continue to push forward. I'd love to see this get, north of 700 by the time we get to the end of the session today. Getting over 1,000 day one would be a nice opening salvo. So let's please make that happen if we can. I love this music. Lovely. Okay, cool. I will do that. All right, let's play. New game. The Inupiat are an Alaska Native people who have thrived for thousands of years in one of the most formidable environments on Earth. Okay.
Unip kaoteaksitpen. Dalakanirakannasu unip kaaktuak kawirakama. Niveaksiakarualuku inyuniakaneksak angayukagamene. Sumitema. Niveaksiakarualukamuniallatuneksak. Asi surakallablunik supayanik.
This art is wild. How's the audio, guys? How's the audio, everybody? Too loud? Good, bad? That it is, Aerodino? That's awesome. That's awesome. Yes, it is still.
Summan anuhulingaillarmagaan. Tabrasi kangitsaquaqsiga summan anuhulisuurukumagaan.
The art reminds me somewhat of the art that was done for, I don't know if anyone knows the group Darling Side. They did a song called God of Loss, which is a great song. And the video for that reminds me a little bit of this. The dev side worked side by side with it. That's awesome. That's super awesome.
Anuhulak paisuni suniraganai chokunni. Tabrani beaksiagaruluk ayungitchok. Pajagniuliksok.
Wow. This bear is persistent. Hey. Ooh, the dog. The battle of the dog. Play in co-op mode. Wow, you can play in co-op mode? That's pretty awesome. Okay. Do not allow yourself to get hit. Awesome. The language is gorgeous. We have a okay. So already let's just be clear. Let's just be clear, people. We already have a fox, awesome art, and running from a bear with badass music and amazing language. So far, that is a nice opening salvo. That's almost as nice as the opening salvo for our current Kickstarter, Icarus and Jellinek, coming to an awesome bookstore near you. Okay, I do want to change the audio settings a little bit. Now, was that loud for anybody? Because it feels like it was probably a little loud, is my guess. I'm gonna drop that a bit. The volume was fine, really? Was it? Check the Cultural Insights menu. Okay, I'll do that in a second. Give me just a sec. All right, well, I'll increase it a little bit. I'm a little worried about how loud, but might be a decent substitute. Yes. Okay, so this thing, wait, I think am I in a checkpoint now? Because the thing is, I tried to do this before. And it froze. So I'm a little worried about that, Chaotix. Like, I don't mind doing it, but I'm a little worried about it being... Okay, that's fair. Thank you, Trent. I want to play this one, but like... All right, I'm going to try it. No, it's not. It doesn't play. Yeah, there's something that doesn't work with that. So I'm going to have to not do the Cultural Insights thing. Okay. Yeah, no problem. My pleasure. Okay. Because I mean, I would actually like to watch those, and I think Aerodinel said I can find them on YouTube later, because I'm actually really interested, so. Can I start from, okay, continue. Fox. Did I reach the checkpoint, or no?
Ano hulak
No, I didn't.
pa Sunira ka na chokon
Man. Okay. I love that you can see the fox in the background. Should I ask Trendane and Chrono whether you're rooting for the bear in this scenario? I need to ask for that. You're rooting for the fox.
Tokutawayak tok kisimreome. Aran napkangapiak tok.
Oh my, she was lucky to be alive. Awesome. The weather did not clear up as a blizzard was followed by yet another blizzard. Robert Cleveland, Nasruk. Okay, insanely cute.
Kole ringay chok inyo gunun. Terigan niya kakanibligo. Teriganniaq taamna allatun ingitsoq.
If the fox dies, I'm going to be really upset. Telling you straight up. What's up, Al? Who are you? Who? Wait, what? Lower rope? This also reminds me a little bit of Valiant Hearts, The Great War. It reminds me a little bit of Valiant Hearts, too. Really cool, the graphics.
Niveaqsiaqalualup kangersingaluq. Supayaat ikayortiqaranivlugit. Allauluni taamna teriganniaq. Sivuniqsipkangaga niveaqsiaqalualup qanutun peqpaganaqtilaangit tamatkua ikayortauruat.
What is this? That's wild. That's awesome. Wait, press while climbing wall to jump from wall? Okay. No.
Niveaqsiaqalualugulu teriganniaqalu ikayuutipiaqtuk. Siqaqaniortimigani. Araa kangersinaaitsoqunni qanuq pisilaangak.
Is this guy
Agalaan tavra atauchikun aingaruk.
Is this guy an actual native? Is this guy an actual native speaker? This dude is awesome. This narrator. This guy is the village elder. But I mean, is he actually a real-life village elder? Because that's amazing. He is. You have a native Nishi speaker in 5 minutes at Hotel Storm Cove, telling indigenous lore about the sun through the framework of Hotel Storm Cove. That's awesome. That's really, really cool. He is and that book is available through the Kickstarter. Yeah, so I mean, he is the tribal elder of the group that led the game crew when they made this. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, it sounds amazing. Whoops. Gosh. Hits the water and immediate death. Okay. That's some cold water. And a human monster! Brace. Oops, hello. Uh-oh. Story is Beings by Ken Pitawanakwat. That's really cool. Really, really neat. Also, that village.
Bakit kangam nago ibaktani nunakek iki waktu ako nikso inyong tukot taktawan niksit.
It is said that with each gust of wind, the powdery snow blew in every direction.
Niveaksiarolo upperingit ka tautuktani. Tautukunak tuak sunapayak sa kuminganetso. Niveaksiarolo iyuniakatingi pisaulaganeksit. Kano ko niya? Ano ko lakpas kanyang dahil na kumanyait ka. Tama nga ikumawak tuaming. Kaharapam inyo niptak. Sumalagula kami ni Beaksiarulo itiningani. Agalan kaharap kanyat sa gabing ayot. Imenyaw sa gabing ayot sa mga nunamin. Pagkakahuting nunakamin.
Oh, I get it. Yep. Ride the wind, yep. Ride like the wind, do. Hello. I gotta get up there, don't I? That jump. Neat.
Hi, Gwen, today. Kalaktok inyugungaro ako quick.
Whoa. What's up, Al, man?
Kano ko mailisimanak pa nga. Isumulaktok ni Beaxia kalwalo ko. Kano kita bro, kano ngagikpen. Kilaw di ka piyup ko. Ikayo ko niya kalawikpen kimon dahil nanakik. Sa bakit ilang
Alright. Just need to get the dude's drum. Okay. Need the dude's drum. All right, keep going. Whoa. This reminds me a bit of Trine. Oh wait. Whoa. Keep on rolling. Reminds me a bit of that too. Yeah, I'm getting like lots of okay. Lots of different vibes from different games. Trine, a little bit of Abe's Odyssey in this, Oddworld, if you folks know what that is. Things like that.
Hey, you
got the dude's drum.
Asi anebledik suna itukto sa urugo magan.
Uh-oh. Whoops. Whoopsie. Yeah, it did. Strange game, Oddworld, but... What? You just crushed my fox! You bastard. Okay. Really? Oh man, I got there! I was there! I missed it. Jerk. Give me that drum.
Ibayak siya karolo. Sabat ko may akalawit. Immenjauret.
No, I like foxes.
Pakikka uppia
Try to
kajautinga.
save my fox. My fox is awesome. Actually, you know what? No. I'm wrong. I am inaccurate in my assumptions. I have to go here. This way. That's what I need to do. I need to get here and then have them jump up. Have the fox jump up to that. Okay. I really want to know if that's conceivable for the fox to do that. Or if that is just one of those things that sounds good but really isn't. The Menehune? Yeah. Also, this is giving me a Last Guardian vibe as well.
Nibeaksiagarua lokutingarok kilautiligahone. Uppikko Chapalugarok. Asitapura pivi tagaliudi pialagaga. Nibeaksiagarua. Tenahone. I chudi hirahangar.
A howitzer. No.
Uppik ukalaktok. Uvana kauna gigagiga. Iliginun pikit kovlugo.
What is this? Right. I love it. Okay. Oh. Well, convenient. Wait. Hold and aim bola. Wait, what? That's awesome. Yes. We're up to 580. Yeah, Icarus Kickstarter is launched.
That's great. Did you send me?
Nope, haven't yet because it just went live. So.
So I need you to.
One sec, chat. Okay. Sorry about that. Just talking with my wife about stuff. For example, the Icarus Jellinek Kickstarter. Let me just remind everybody, by the way, welcome to everyone. We are playing the Patreon Field Chat Chosen Game of the Month, which is Never Alone, which has been a lot of fun. It's up to what now? Up to 621. It is. It didn't update for some reason. Nice. So we are up to 621. Yes. I am very, very pleased. This is a very good opening. This is a very good opening salvo, as I say. This is a good start. So 621, 11 backers. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you. So let us keep that up. We're still doing the giveaway at 500. And I will mention that if we get to 750 today before the end of the stream, we'll do a second giveaway as well. So thank you to those who have given us giveaway things to be able to do and all that kind of good stuff. And thank you. We're going to be going until just about 3 o'clock or so today. Then I will take an hour break during which I will be tweeting stuff out and also watching my son, Mini Arv, who just turned 3. And then that's what my wife was just talking to me about. She and my mother-in-law have a place they have to go. Then they will be back. So I will probably start the stream with him with me, but then when they're back, they will take over. And so, yeah, that's the deal with that. But thank you to all those who have backed so far. Please, and this is the most important thing, not only pledging, and I'm so grateful to those of you who did that, but spreading the word to Facebook, to Discord, to Twitter, to anywhere you can think of. If any of you happen to live near a comic book store, let me know. I can send you some bookmarks. Any of that stuff would be most appreciated. So, but thank you all for those of you who have supported already. Okay, back to game. Let's do it. All right, so you want me to be here? Nice. Having a bola. Oh, maybe I have to do that too? Dude, I'm digging this bola. I'm all about it. I would like officially to have a bola. And I have to be careful that I say a bola. Not Ebola, which is an awful, horrific disease. But a bola? Whoops. Not bad.
Dobra tayo na igilehotek.
Yeah.
Beaksiarwalum atoka ukpium achuta.
Oh no! Oh no. She fell, and the fox is like... the fox is like... 3 stones equal size in leather strips. Yeah, but this thing is like magical and glows and like does cool stuff like that, Erdnell. So cute. Do it again. Can I do a bank shot? No. Oh, it follows him? That's super cool. It feels slightly bad hitting these things. go. The fox and the kid are super adorable. Yeah, exactly. I want an enchanted bola. Yeah, that however, I don't know. That would be a little yeesh. Whoops. Dude, that fox has such serious ups. Hmm. Hey, can you, This is odd. Oh. I've completely forgot about that mechanic. Whoops. My bad. Completely forgot about the mechanic. Thank you, spirits. Hey, terrible man. Whoa.
Inyokulum tautu kameu nutkakawa. Agalan niveak
She
siagaruado.
was stronger than he thought as he punches him in the face.
Tinnalif sapiak tautu kameu kilometer. Dabra ivaktani. Tautu kay.
Damn it. Wow. This guy is no joke.
Kinnalif sapiak tautu kameu kilometer. Dabra ivaktani. Tautu kay.
Sort of fun. God damn it. Wow. No. Oh boy. Problems. Yeah, suck it. It's my bola. That's right. Following that, it stopped briefly and then became windy all over again. It was difficult to see anything in the blizzard. Robert Cleveland Nesrick. This is cool.
Dabra tuwakaroa tikitjuk. Agalan tuwit pagabitjuk. Siku nalunak tuk kanok igilaganiak tilanga.
This way. Oh boy. Wow, that could have been bad. This is bad. Wow. That's unfortunate. Oh God. Ooh, the bear again. Come on, bear. Can we talk this over? Oh God. Sorry. Haha! Baited! Jebaited. Or jabared. Whoa. Help? Help? What? What is this? Oh my God, that is... He finds you unbearable. What's up, expendable hero? This is wild. That's awesome. Oh my God, the bear's still there?
Pisasa ko may akalo nanok anak kubit. Pinatitaka
There's no time to relax.
kakame nanok nikat jalay chok.
Great. Means he's coming back. Well done, Lugathea. Well done.
Agalan naman nano na Allah.
Ow! What's up, Rinda? That's close.
Luktalanip
Moved in the most unusual way, I've noticed. Get there, get there, get there. Okay, stop. Alright, I want to get whatever that is up there. Is this just an owl up there? Oh, it's just an owl. Never mind, never mind. Never mind. Forget that. Forget the owl. Right. Yeah, okay. Run. In comes the bear. Where's the bear? Hungry bear. Yep.
Tapkuak tikisakak nannupsitranga. Asi piyumagilipik suarak. Tikisaktok.
Oh god! How about I just stay over here? What? How do I... I don't understand. Oh. How does that... I don't understand how that... Come on. Really? Although we do have a checkpoint, I guess, so. Oh god, you went the wrong way! Whoopsie! Oh man. Hey. God damn. That was not how I expected that was going to happen, but I'll take it.
Tabra an nagkaloaktuk. Agalan ilitsyoriluk. Ano kapiak kailangan nunam atimigini. Nibeak siya kalualugulo. Dirigan niya kalu imaaktuk. Asi takayom ang alat kaksibilawik.
Well, that's great.
Takayom igukay kairusungin yun puktakpaw. Ara kanohrik tayo.
Gee, I wonder why they didn't drown.
Ipingit pak.
Although, oh man, Kunuk Sayuka was a good hunter during clear weather, the blizzardry weather simply was not a time to hunt. Yeah, I just couldn't tell exactly what it was breaking at what time. I see. Sorry, I gotta remember to... Oh, wow, so timed? Okay, so... Not containment. Woo! Okay, and you have to do... Whoa. Okay. So... Oh, I guess I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong? Maybe I am wrong. Maybe I'm amazed at the way you're swimming all the time. Maybe I'm amazed at the way I need you. Can I not? There we go. Are they? Okay. That's alright. Okay. Oh, wait a second. What's up? Oh my gosh. Check that out. Wait. Oh, I have to go back to... Oh, can't you just fall down and follow me? You can do that. Okay. I have to go up here. There we go. Lovely. All right, good. So I think... Oh, wait. There we go. It's got some serious range on that bola too. Oh, interesting. Okay. 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 Oh no! Woo! Wow, what am I doing? Let's try that again. I guess I didn't realize that she could do that. I didn't realize she could just hold on. Okay. All the way over there. Hmm. Interesting. Okay. Whew. None too easy. Okay. Could have been bad. Oh my gosh, there's a lot going on over there. Yeah, okay, so I can't do it that way. Alright, cannot do it that way, so... Wow, okay. So we got, whoops. Can you fall off, please? I was already looking where she was going to be running. That looks really disturbing, that place, that area right there. That was not the way to do it. not the way to do it. Alright, we'll give that one more shot. Whoop. Okay. Can't do that. I can't do that. I feel so bad when one of them does. Like, the fox is just like, how could you do that? Oh, actually, you know what? That's how you do it. Because if you have both of those that... Yeah, there you go. They're close enough. Oh, too early. I get how to do it, though. I get how to do it. It has all become clear to me, chat. I understand. I feel the knowledge. The knowledge has been gained. I understand now the knowledge that exists. Oh, what? Now wait a minute now. That's lame. Hold on now. I figured it out, man. Yeah, I just realized that Chaotix probably, yeah. Here we go. Okay. Hello, my boy. Okay. There we go. Okay. Cool. Well, I'm gonna move back over to this side because I think we've realized. Okay, and we're actually gonna finish up the Kickstarter. Finish up the Kickstarter. Not finish up the Kickstarter, but we're finishing up this because I have to take over for watching my son and then come back to play at 4 p.m. Well, I hope it just saved. I think it did. Okay. So, folks, that is going to do it for me for my stream today. But I hope you like this. This was a lot of fun. I actually can see myself coming back to this game in the future, for sure. And here, come on, boy. Come. You want to say hi to the people? Come say hi to everybody. You want to say hi? Whoa. Here is my 3-year-old super happy son. 3-year-old super happy son who is... Hi. You say hello, everyone.
Hello, Dada. Hello, Nana. Daddy, hello, Dada.
Yeah, well, hello me and hello everyone else. See?
Hello, Bada. Hello, Bada.
Hello, Bada. You say hello, Balsteg.
Hello, Dada.
How about hello, Aridanel?
Hi, hi,
How about hello, Chaotix?
Hi, Haggaday.
Okay, now can you say pledge to Icarus?
But Gillis.
See? That right there tells you everything you need to know. Okay, but I got to rise up on out of here and take over, watch my son for an hour, and then I will be back. Then I will be back. Do you want to have a piece of muffin? Then I will be back. Here you go. Then I will be back for at 4 p.m. over at GOG for Pen and Pixels and more Pathfinder Kingmaker. But I want to say, again, thank you so much to Athos Arts, so much to Emily and Christopher Bell, so much to Acela Fabio, the amazing artists for Icarus and Jellinek here. So much thanks to Chris Suda, the letter and layout guy. So much to Chrono Wolf Live for the amazing music for the Kickstarter video. Kilobyte for the amazing video itself. Trendane for the amazing voiceover work within the video. And, of course, George Ledoux, who did the voice of Jellinek there as well. Thank you so much to everyone so far. As we leave today, this particular stream, we are at 621 and 11 backers. That is a great start, but we have a long way to go, and so I'm going to need everyone else, please, to jump on board. If you haven't pledged already, please consider doing so, and please, please, please spread the word. Please let everybody know that you possibly can about this amazing, amazing project that I'm proud to have written, and to have this wonderful, amazing team, including these artists, doing this as well. What's up, Satobo? What is up, my friend? Satobo, the letterer layout guy. Awesome dude right there. Can you say hi, Satobo?
Hi, little boy.
But thank you so much to everyone who's been awesome. I am going to catch all you wonderful folks, as I said, over at GOG. No raid today because we are going to be over there at 4 p.m. But please spread the word. Retweet it. Check out on the Discord. And please check it out again with going to Graphic Novel of Icarus and the sequel Jellinek. A special thanks today to all of my wonderful mods that stopped on. And especially, you want another piece of muffin?
Little muffin.
Can you say muffin, please?
Muffin, please.
And thanks, as always, to Aridinel for great work. Whoa, how about you not stab me in the face with this thing, okay? Woo, that'll be great. Once promising career destroyed by young boy putting massage thing in dad's eyes. Anyway, but thanks to everybody. Exactly, you're like, ah. But bye, everyone. Thanks so much, and I will see all of you wonderful folks 4 p.m. over on GOG with Pen and Pixels. Again, please support the stream. Thank you to my wonderful mods, Erdenel, Chaotix, Kilobytes, Satobo, Series Runner. Thank you so much again. Thank you to my wonderful subscribers, Erdenel, also for giving the gift sub, Erdenel. I really appreciate that. Thank you to Chaotix. Thank you to Kilobyte. Thank you to Satobo. Thank you to Series Runner for jumping on board and supporting the Kickstarter as well. Thank you to Nonstop, Ballstag, Second OBS, and Trendane. Again, Ballstag, thank you so much for everything with Athos. And Tren, already talked about how awesome you are, so thanks to the voiceover work, sir. Thank you to Angel of Flight, Cash Bear, Commander Root, Cyborg Sellout, Psycho Motion, Determinologies, EKEG. Thank you to Gorgar, Jagtris, Jadchar, Lurks, Mubat, Marinda. Thank you to Mr. Eridan, Mr. Mano. Thank you to Roix. Thank you to Sufaka, Slow Cool, Stay Hydrated Bot for always keeping me hydrated. Thank you to Strawgrid, Tharzan, V&K, Video Store Cowboy, and Virgo Praz. And the winner is Mr. Eridan. So do me a favor, Mr. Eridan, please Twitch PM me. Or if you're on my Discord, you can message me there. But otherwise, just Twitch PM me. Let me know which of those 3 games you would like. And then I will happily send you the code for one of those 3 games as soon as I hear from you. But right now, I'm going to get going. I'm going to watch this little boy. And I'm going to tweet out some stuff about this particular Kickstarter, which has just gone live. And I'll see you folks at 4 p.m. over at GOG. Until then, thanks, everyone. Much love. And you're the best viewers on Twitch, as I've said many times. And I will see you over on GOG in a little less than an hour. Until then, bye for now. Have a muffin. And then say, here. Say, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
When Icky fell into the volcano, I was out digging for flame petals with Rig. So, where'd you fly from?
Well, I came from above. A long time I fell, and as long as a lifetime it seemed, from pure sunlight into a dull reddish glow, and there was nothing I could do about it. I saw mountains and rocks lit in dull red, and as I plummeted ever downward, I began to feel a slow, relentless heat building. I remember a flash of light, and then falling, and then hitting something on the head, and lots of blue light. And then waking up here.
That kid knew how to make an entrance.
In 2014, speculative fiction author Gregory A. Wilson and Silence in the Library Publishing teamed up to run a Kickstarter supporting the publication of a new graphic novel, Icarus, the story of a young man with wings who falls into the heart of a dormant volcano and the creatures he meets there. Icarus has great powers, but remembers only his name, and accompanied by Jellinek, a flame petal prospector, and Rig, a two-tailed lava-resistant creature known as a solar, the winged outsider must set out to discover his identity and purpose. 2 years later, Icarus was released to the world. But this was only the beginning of the story, and now the tale continues. Independent publisher Athos Arts is pleased to announce its Kickstarter to support the publication of the sequel to Icarus, Jellinek, a full-color graphic novel which is the next part of this epic tale. New friends and enemies will be discovered, new threats and challenges to the heroes exposed, and secrets both new and old revealed as the question is answered. What is Icarus's destiny, and the destiny of the world to which he has come? Accompanying Gregory Wilson's emotionally resonant story is the extraordinary art of Attila Fabio, who has worked for IDW and other prominent comic publishers. In addition to the work for Jellinek, Attila will be redoing the entirety of the original Icarus art, along with an updated cover. Stretch goals like original artwork, access to the original prose novel, and audio material will be added over time. In its first incarnation, Icarus was fortunate to gain the attention and support of over 400 backers, whose generosity allowed the book to see full publication. Those backers will have several rewards in this project tailored specifically for them to acknowledge their critical role in first helping bring this world to life. We also welcome the backers from Gregory Wilson's other previous projects, including Tales and Tomes from the Forbidden Library, Emberwind, and others, plus the backers from Silence in the Library and Athos Arts' previous projects. But whether new to their work or a previous supporter, the author, artist, and Athos Arts are all enormously grateful for your support of Jellinek. Much of the artwork for this project is already completed, and lettering and layout has already begun. But to truly realize the vision of this story, one final component remains: you. In 2016, Icarus asked a fundamental question. What is our purpose, and what will we do to discover it? In 2019, Jellinek will provide the answer. Join us in that journey by looking at the pledge levels, supporting the project, and spreading the word. And thank you. Together, we will draw from Icarus's past and learn about his future.